Hey everybody, I'm Blitz. Welcome back to another channel update video. Today we're going to be doing the 700,000 subscriber special. I guess I didn't really have anything planned for it, and then I looked at the numbers and I was at 680,000 and realized I'm not going to be at my recording studio when we hit 700,000. So I figured, hey, you know what? Let's just lump this together. We'll do a channel update video. We'll do a subscriber special and a Patreon thank you video, kind of all wrapped up into one. So today we're playing a game called Big Pharma. Actually, I'm not playing it. It's a good friend of mine, goes by Biffa 2001, and he was kind enough to lend me this footage. I've ripped out his voice out of it and put in music in the background, but hopefully that's fine. So Big Pharma is a game about making pharmaceuticals and then selling them on the market, which we'll talk about more in the future. But if you want to watch his playthrough, cards up in the corner, links down below in the video description, as well as the link to buy the game if you're interested. So we're going to start it off today. I'm going to thank my Patreon supporters. Without you guys financially supporting the channel, making the choice to leave my day job would have been much, much, much harder. And I really do appreciate each and every one of you coming out and supporting the channel, because I know it's a big sacrifice for you guys to do that. Even like $1 a month is you know, it's a coffee or it's a part of your breakfast or your lunch that you're sharing with me, and I really do appreciate it. But under no circumstances do I want you guys to feel guilty about not being able to do it. Totally optional, and I do appreciate it, but it's not necessary at all. And I do want to specifically thank Otto Dave, Andrew Cook, Isaac Rosales, William Carney, Michael Mattia, Berdio, Mason Sprite, Patrick Christian, Siphon2, Mark Sims, Logan, Master Violence, and Marcus Reese for supporting me at those higher tiers. Like I said, I really do appreciate it that you guys would come out and help me out with that. I'm going to be redoing a lot of the Patreon stuff, probably adding a new tier as well in the next few weeks, I think. So I'll talk about more of that in probably the next channel update video if you guys want to see that. Also, my wife set up a merchandise shop for getting t-shirts and stuff. I'll have a link down below in the video description. It's pretty expensive for Europeans. Some of the Europeans that have to pay for taxes to import things. But the shirts are through TeePublic, and it's the quality of them is why we went with them, because they're pretty good quality shirts, and I really like the way they've done them. But I've got my little logo guy and the lightning bolt on shirts right now, and you can check those out down below. So let's get on into some personal news. We talked about all the businessy and thank you stuff at the top. So you guys do know I quit my engineering job. I was a civil engineer for 8.5 years, and I did YouTube for 3.5 years. I did both of them together. And I quit that. Well, I hate saying quit because I'm more resigned, and I didn't quit because I'm still an engineer. I'm still a registered engineer. I've got my professional certificate right above my head. But I did resign from that position on November 18th, my final day, my actual final date, because I went on annual leave through like the 21st of December. So I'm finally full-time YouTuber, I guess. It's really, really weird to say, because I never, like, leaving a professional job to take over as a hobby. It's just really weird to me. And it took me like a full month, maybe 6 to 8 weeks to recuperate and recover from working 90 to 100-hour weeks. I was working like 9-hour day job. I had an hour commute, and then I was coming home and spending time with Mini Blitz and my wife, and then I was working like 4 to 6 hours per night after that. I'd go to bed at 2 a.m. I'd be at work at 8, and I'd do the same thing over and over. It was not a fun. And my video quality could tell I was messing up a lot on the edits, and wasn't playing games that I was enjoying, and it was rough. But hey, you know what? Now we're doing a lot better. I'm not exhausted anymore. Food actually has a taste now. I couldn't taste food. I just ate, and I was so tired and exhausted that it didn't matter. And I'm so thankful for my wife and for supporting me and encouraging me to take the step. And also the Patreon supporters for really giving me the encouragement to do so, and the financial support to make the change. It's gotten off to a slow start, but I'm getting my schedule in order now. Things are starting to move around a little bit better. Able to get on a game faster, play it better, do more editing, spend more time on thumbnails, stuff like that, which is really hard to do when you have another 10, 11 hour a day commitment. So like the YouTubing mode, like a day as a YouTuber playing a video game is really the smallest part of it. Like, all of the other things like the statistics and reading comments and researching upcoming games and organizing collabs and writing the metadata for videos and recording it is just small. You have the editing and the rendering, the doing of the thumbnails, the press requests for new games, talking with developers, trying to schedule things. And all of that really takes more time than just recording the video. So what you guys see, that 15 to 30 minute video, is really just a small part. Especially if a certain game like that last Astroneer video I did took me 6 hours to record. Well, you guys saw like 20 minutes of it. So there's a lot that just gets pressed down into one video that you don't really necessarily see all the time. And I do want to say that it's still an amazing job and an amazing opportunity to do this, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like, if you're in school right now, it's a great hobby, but I would not recommend going to school and saying, I'm going to be a professional YouTuber when I grow up. I wouldn't suggest that at all. It's a great thing to do on the side when you have your more important things. You're studying, your schoolwork, your family to spend time with, and just because the amount of risk is so great. Like, you saw a couple months ago, there's this big trend of YouTube is breaking my channel, YouTube is broken, my channel is dying. Well, that's a real serious thing. Once you stop, like Big Pharma in the background, once you stop creating a product that people want, your channel kind of starts to decrease, and your market share kind of goes down, which is really difficult. So if you are in school and looking for something to do when you graduate, I would suggest doing a more traditional job and then doing YouTube on the side. Even like, there's a lot of really good jobs that give you the freedom to spend like 3 to 4 hours a night on something else. And you guys play games anyway, so do that on the side, grow your channel, take that time to understand the process, learn how to do edit videos and understanding codecs, and then graphic design and editing and rendering, and learn how to do that stuff, because those skills transfer into other aspects too, not just making YouTube videos. And it is really like this game, Big Pharma, where it's all about the marketing. You create the videos, which are kind of like a product, or in Big Pharma's sense, they're the things that people need or what people want. And once there's no more need for the product, then you just move on to something else. Or once like you've hit the end of a game and you've hit the end and there's no more content, then you just move to another game. And if the market is saturated with people like AAA games like Resident Evil 7 now, everyone and their dog is playing it, well, it's not going to help my channel grow. You guys aren't going to watch it because 45 other channels have it on there. So that's one of the reasons I don't really play AAA games, is because I'd rather play the indie games that you guys are going to enjoy more, and there's less people playing it, and it'll help my channel grow better, if that makes any sense. And that's kind of where the scheduling and doing the research that I just talked about, where that kind of comes into play. And then I try, like, the hardest part is, like, when do you stop a game? Like, let's say Slime Rancher, for example. I've got maybe 150 episodes of Slime Rancher on my channel. Well, I could play it more, but there's nothing really else to do in it. Which is tough, because they come out with these updates. Well, the update doesn't have anything interesting in it, or like 60 seconds as well. They just had a big update. Well, there wasn't much to do in it, so one video was all that I could really do in the new update. So I hope that makes sense. I try to do my best to balance the games that I want to play, with the games that you guys want to watch. And I personally have a lot more fun playing a game like Happy Room than I would with Resident Evil 7. I just find a $5 indie game that I can put 10 hours or 15 hours of enjoyment in a lot better than a $60 AAA game that I can play for 8 hours and be done with it. So it's tough. It's tough to balance the games and try to figure out which ones you guys want to watch. And I know a lot of you guys as subscribers are going to say, well, Blitz, I love your content. I'm going to watch everything that you make. I enjoy listening to you when you play games and having fun. Well, that's great. That's awesome. But I look at my statistics, and I see my statistics saying that only 27% of the views on my channel are from subscribers. So if I didn't reach out and if I didn't play the new games, then I would be at 27% of the channel growth that we have right now, which is tough. And that's where a lot of the other channels are having a hard time with it, because YouTube doesn't really like to promote the videos from through the subscriber feeds, which you guys are well aware of. And that's one thing that they're actively, maybe, who knows, nobody knows what they're doing on their side. But it's a tough thing, and as a viewer, you guys can subscribe to up to 2,000 channels. So there's no way that you're going to have any time in the day to watch 2,000 daily videos, even if you watched them on like 10 times speed or whatever. If you had superhuman capabilities that could watch multiple videos at once, it's just not really possible. So that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to make the videos that are from the new and upcoming games that you guys really enjoy, playing some of the older games that I've had as well, like Slime Rancher when we get updates, and just trying to keep it fresh and keep it up to date, not getting stuck at any one game and trying to tread water playing that. Really, realistically, what I enjoy doing is I like to find a balance. I like to play the games that I want to play, like Happy Room. I know it's not as family friendly with the gore and the blood in it as I would like, but it's still a game I really enjoy. And that one was kind of a hard call for me to play. Like I really wanted to, so I did with you. And kind of putting that into perspective, like how do I best describe this? To me, a $5 indie game that has a little bit of bugs. Sure, we had our progress wiped like 15 times, but a $5 indie game that I put 15 hours of enjoyment, to me, is a lot better than paying $60 for a AAA game that we're going to play for 6 to 10 hours, like No Man's Sky. Like, I paid $60 for that game. I wasted my money. I feel like I wasted my money. Or even Resident Evil 7, which is the game that everyone and their dog is playing right now. It's a $60 game that has 8 hours of content. Like, you play it for 8 hours, you're done with it. Well, I'd much rather play a $5 indie game for 15 hours than a $60 AAA game for 8 hours that every other channel on YouTube is playing. So, that's kind of where I look at it, and that's kind of my whole idea on the channel. And it's done pretty well. My channel is growing pretty good. These last 3 months have been the best months ever. So I think what I'm doing is working, and I hope it continues to work in the future here. So let's see. And that kind of goes to the other games. Like, there are games that don't do well. Like, I tried that World of Tanks video a few weeks ago, and that was the worst performing video I've had on my on my channel in like 6 months. Did really bad. The people who sponsored it were not happy with me. Yeah, I told them it probably wouldn't do great, but I didn't expect it to do so bad. But having that second channel where I can play a game like RimWorld is really good for me. That I can play games that I really enjoy, and like RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress on there. And then we have like another group of people that will watch those videos specifically. So that's always good too. Like, putting it in comparison, the last RimWorld series I did on my main channel, we had 400,000 subscribers, and my videos were getting 17,000 views each. Now, on my second channel, there are 17,000 subscribers, and my videos are getting like 5,000 views each. Sure, it's 1/3 of the total views, but the people who are watching it are enjoying it much more. So, I think keeping the genres specific like that are going to help out as we move towards the future of the channel. So speaking of the future, man, that was a good segue. I didn't even plan that. My mom is coming to visit, like I said in the beginning. She's coming to see Mini Blitz. Mini Blitz is my son, if you don't know that. He just turned 2 years old. He's a really, really fun little turd nugget. I love playing around with him, and he loves his daddy. So that's good. He's big. He's in the 98th percentile for height. My wife is tall, too. She's 5'11", and I'm 6'1", 6 feet 1 inch, and she's 5'11". So he's... at 2 years old, he was 37 1/4 inches tall, according to the doctor. So that puts him in the 98th percentile. And he's so scrawny. He's only 25th percentile in weight. So out of every 100 kids his age, he is taller than 98 of them. And he is lighter by weight than 75. So he's tall and skinny, and pants are hard to fit for him. But he's a good little boy. My mom's coming to visit. She'll spend about a week here, and I'm trying to do pre-recording for her visit because she sleeps in my recording office, and it's kind of awkward to record when her stuff is in here. So I'm trying to do the best I can to pre-record and spend as much time with her as I can. So I'm going to be trying for 2 videos a day. I've already got most of it, about half of it maybe, recorded. Maybe about 1/3 of it recorded for that time. It's not edited yet, but I'm trying to get some good videos out for you guys. And we're going to move on RimWorld on the second channel. I'm going to be trying to do daily RimWorld on the second channel, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to complete it before she gets here. And it's just tough when we have a small house, and sleeping in my recording office kind of gets rid of my recording office. And this is actually everything. Like, I do everything in this room, so that's a little tough. And you guys saying in my last Evolution VR game, like, Blitz, you need a bigger room to play VR games in. Well, yeah, I do, but I work with what I have, and just going in. You can't go to Walmart and say, hey, I need a bigger room, and they sell you a big room at Walmart. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen. So we're trying to. We might be moving in the next few months, moving closer to family, moving back from. We live in Arkansas currently. We might be moving back to Minnesota sometime midsummer, but I don't know quite yet. All of our family's in Minnesota, and that's where we grew up. We went to college up there, and graduated and moved down to Arkansas, and then worked an engineering job. Well, now our entire adult lives have been in Arkansas, and now we want to move back home so Mini Blitz can grow up the same way that we did. So we'll see. We'll see about that in the future, but I'll get more into that later. We don't know. We don't know when we're going to move, if we're going to move, or any of that, because all of our friends in our other family, like our non-biological family, is down here in Arkansas. So it's a bit tough, but we'll make do with it. So what's kind of happening in the future here as we look out? I want to start live streaming and playing those AAA games like Resident Evil 7. Well, I would never play that because I don't enjoy horror games, and I'm really jumpy. Like my cat scares me sometimes. Like, horror games are not for me. I won't play them. But I do like other AAA games, like maybe Destiny, Overwatch, Mass Effect Andromeda is coming up, and I really Mass Effect are some of my favorite games, the first two anyway. So there's some of my favorite games that I've ever played, and I want to play those like live stream, because they don't really work on YouTube anymore. That's kind of dead. The whole unedited Let's Play series is dead. So going to a more of a feedback-based system on Twitch would be good. I'm already a Twitch partner, if you guys didn't know that. I'll have a link down below in the video description that you could click on if you wanted to follow me on there too. But I haven't really played anything. I haven't had time, haven't made my schedule solid enough to do that. So I want to start doing that in February, maybe into March. We'll see. I'm going to do my best to do that. Obviously, I can't do it. My mom's here. But we'll keep the family-friendly commentary. I'll keep my same style there, but maybe more of M-rated games like Mass Effect and Destiny and those kind of games where there might be some more death and more killing, maybe some language too from the game itself. I don't know. We'll see as that time approaches. My main channel is going to stay the same it is now. We'll play basically the good indie games that I want. So that's good. And now we're going to talk about the current games that we're playing and what do we expect in the future, because we get a lot of people asking, like, what's next? Hey, play this game, play that game, and that sort of thing. So RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress on the second channel, probably doing RimWorld daily, maybe mixing it up with a few like first look sort of videos instead of RimWorld once in a while. Dwarf Fortress, I want to play it on Fridays, like a Dwarf Fortress Friday, and go from there. That's going to take quite a bit of effort to do, but I don't know. And if I'm going to live stream, then it'll take some time away. So that's kind of working on the balance in the schedule. But we'll talk about the main channel. We've got Happy Room is done. I need a drink. All right, Happy Room is done for right now. If the game gets an update with new guns, new weapons, we'll play that again. Same as Slime Rancher. A lot of people suggesting Slime Rancher. And Slime Rancher is one of those games that I pick up pretty much every update. If there's something interesting, then we'll play through it. The last two updates have not been interesting to me, so hopefully they come out with a new map and a new zone and some new slimes pretty soon, rather than just googly eyes and stuff like that. Feed and Grow Fish, a lot of people like Feed and Grow Fish, but there's just not much to do in it, and I'll play that with each update as that comes out. They usually add 1 to 2 fish in there. Same with Tabs, Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. We get those updates through their YouTube page, and the game is... I don't know. They could take it a couple different directions here with the new physics updates and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to play that, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy playing Tabs most of the time. Sometimes it kind of slogs down with putting down units. Like, I don't like placing units down on a map for an hour for them to fight for 30 seconds and then redoing it. So that's sometimes a little bit difficult. And we got some sponsored videos. So sponsored videos are interesting. If it's a sponsored video, I make sure that I can say whatever I want in the video. And a lot of channels will just bow down to whatever the sponsor says and do whatever they want. I've probably declined about 60 games as sponsorships because I don't like the game and I don't want to play it. So the last one we did was Urban Empires. I don't think I'll do any more of that. If I do, it'll be on the second channel. And they were talking about doing a couple more videos on my channel, but evidently it didn't get enough views on there, so they decided not to go ahead and do any more. So we're going to be done with Urban Empires for right now. I might pick it up on the second channel when we're done with this RimWorld playthrough. So that's tough. Like, I don't particularly like doing a first episode and then not doing any more without it being like a first look. So I don't know. I have to rethink that whole system now because that was kind of a strange deal. Same with World of Tanks that I did a few months ago. Like, the same thing happened. Like, I was planning on doing a few videos of it, and then that video bombed. So I want to do sponsored videos that you guys like, and I like too, if that makes any sense. Then we go into Warcube, and I do have a sponsored video coming out next week. I believe it's on the 8th. And that's a game I'm really pumped for, really excited for. I hope you guys will like it too. And it's kind of like Pandemic, if you remember back. Is that that's the game, or the one where the diseases go everywhere. That's kind of the way that is. But it's a game that I would have played without it being sponsored. And just don't let the sponsor know that, because that's not fun. Anyway, we'll get into Warcube. Warcube, I might do a few more videos of that this next week. They're planning on doing an arena mode, which would be a lot of fun. Clone Drone's getting a big update this week as well. I'll have that key hopefully today, and I'll record that for when I'm gone. Maybe tomorrow. I might put that out tomorrow. No, we'll do that Tuesday instead. Worlds Adrift. So you guys really love Worlds Adrift, and that game is absolutely fantastic. Really good in development game. But they keep wiping the servers on me. They keep putting updates out and wiping the servers because they're actively testing and doing things. So my progress is getting wiped every time I play it. So we're just going to wait until release, or closer to release until it's stable. We get a few IO games, .io games. We did Sharks.io. I really like IO games. They're really simple, really fun, and probably do more of those when I find the good ones. There's a lot that I play and I test that I just don't like, so we'll not. I don't show you guys those. And then we get into some of the VR games. I want to do a VR game every week, probably Wednesdays. You guys seem to like some of them not. So we'll go for that. Ancient Warfare 2? Is that the name of it? I think so. You guys already saw today's video of that. And I really like that game. It's really simple, really ugly, but it's a lot of fun. So those are the kind of games that I've played in the past. Ark as well. So Ark is a game. There are two games that I will probably never play again. Ark is one of them, and the other one is Terratech. And I hate saying that. Let's talk about Terratech first. So when I was playing Terratech, the developers were sending me emails like every other day. They were watching my videos and critiquing me and telling me the things I did wrong in the videos. Now, I don't even allow sponsored videos to critique me and tell me what I did wrong. Now, these developers decided to contact me, tell me that I'm doing these things wrong, telling that I'm showcasing the bugs of the game. Well, that really irritated me. And then about a month ago, they sent me another email telling me that they had to change a whole bunch of stuff because they found out that I told something in one of, or I showcased a bug in one of my emails, and they were complaining about it. Well, you know, they never once thanked me for showcasing the game, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. I get a lot of developers that'll just play their game and no thanks. But if you're going to send me multiple emails complaining and critiquing the things that I'm doing wrong in the game without suggesting help and without fixing the problems in the game, then I don't appreciate that. So it really burned my bridges, and I'm not one to get angry. I'm not one to get mad, but I just don't think I'm going to play Terratech ever again. Even so much that I block the word Terratech in my channel settings, so you guys can't see that if people post, and I don't check my spam filters. So I don't see the suggestions for that. And it's tough because I really enjoyed the game. I enjoyed it. It's an early access game, but I don't like it when people are actively criticizing me and developers are criticizing me on how to play their game. I play the game how I want to have fun with it, and not from that. And the second one, talking about Ark as well. Ark is basically the same thing. I never talked to the developers directly, but I don't really approve of the way that they are developing their game. Paid DLC during early access plan and trying to get money and then doing that whole e-gaming, e-sport thing with their game and ripping that out and putting it back in. I don't really approve of their business thing, their business ways on that. So I'm not going to promote Ark anymore. I'm about 90% sure I'm done with TerraTech. Even though I know you guys like it, it's just one of those things that I can't bring myself to play out of good conscience anymore. So I hope you guys will understand that. Speaking of Ark, there's another game coming out tomorrow. We'll have access to it. It's called Conan Exiles. Now, Conan Exiles is a little more graphic than Ark. It's basically a open world survival game set in the Conan world. So Conan the Barbarian, that sort of thing. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been waiting, as now that I have more time as a full-time YouTuber, I've been waiting to have a game that I can really sink my teeth into and really enjoy and play for a long time as part of a series. And I hope that Conan does that for us. I hope that it's a good game. I don't know much about it other than a little bit of the content. And I do have a server set up, so I've actually set up a YouTuber server and organized that with a few different hosts and try to get everything set up. We have currently 82 YouTubers on there, and actually guys that I watched before I did my YouTube channel, like, I don't know if I should say names. Yeah, I probably won't say names, but there's a lot of guys that, kind of the pillars of the old YouTube, back in the Minecraft days and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to playing with those guys. So we've got 82 different guys in there. I know some of my friends like Dragust and C-Top and Entech, those guys, Laserbeam, we're all going to be on there derping around and having fun. But then there's going to be some of the older YouTubers on there too. So it'll be a fun server. And it will be password protected and whitelisted, so it'll only be for YouTubers. But I'm seriously considering setting up a Patreon server, so we can kind of have that going on too. And then there'll be obviously the official servers too. So that is one of the reasons I want to update Patreon. If Conan does well on my channel and it's a fun game, then I'll be putting on a Patreon server onto there, and you guys can play with the other members of Blitztopia, our wonderful community. So man, that's about 30 minutes of nothing but news and updates and just feedback from me on what's going on. I really do appreciate everything you guys have done. You've really turned my life around in the last few months. These 3 months have been wonderful just to spend time with my wife and honestly getting to know her again, because it's been 3.5 years that I've been working 2 jobs without even recognizing it. And my little son growing up too, like I want to spend more time with him. And doing this as a full-time career now gives me that opportunity to spending time with my wife and my son and family in general. So I really do appreciate it. I don't really know what else to say. I'm really humbled by the fact that there's 20 million people that watch my videos in the last month for a total, what's the number? Like right now, there are 43,000 of you guys watching the videos right now. Like, that's ridiculous. And in the minutes watched, 300 years of humanity were wasted away by watching my videos in the last month. Isn't that ridiculous? 157 million minutes watched on the channel. So that tells me that you guys are really enjoying the stuff that I'm making, and I'm going to continue doing it. So, you know, we'll be hitting 1 million subscribers here sometime in the next 6 months, and my goal is 2 million subscribers by this time next year. So we'll see what happens. It could be a lot of fun. It could be a lot of work, and it's going to be a blast. So I hope you guys enjoy the videos. If you do, let me know, and keep your stick on the ice. We'll catch you next time.